I didn't plan on making a video today. I really didn't. I just didn't. But I just because I had just had midterms, I watched a movie, and then I saw the news, and I knew I had to do this. But first, we have to go over. We have to go over the college football playoff games first. I'm gonna get that out of the way first. And let me tell you, Miami and Ole Miss, they put up a hell of a fight, a pull of an effort. Chambliss was well, even said the Sloth was well. But still, dude, Malachi Tony is going to be the future of college football. When Jeremiah Smith is gone, he will be that electrifying guy. I'll tell you that. And Ole Miss, great effort from them. How the defensive coordinator who was promoted as head coach, however, the defense faltered, which I'm not going to make a joke about that because, well, Ohio State faltered on the final drive. But still, props to Miami for getting here. I wasn't thinking that they were going to make it. But guess what? They saw Notre Dame bitching and were like, you know what? We're going to make a run to the Natty, and we're going to play at home at the Natty. So, I mean, just all props to them, Cristobal, for getting through with this whole job thing. I mean, those SEC lifers, I bet, are real quiet right now. But, yeah, great win for Miami. Chambliss tried to get a 6-year. And I'm indifferent toward it, honestly, because, you know, he was in Division II. So, but, you know, they're appealing it right now. So, nobody knows what's going to happen. But I think sure that Chambliss kid, given this whole dead quarterback draft class, he could be a top. He could be one of the first quarterbacks selected off the board after Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore. So, you know, either way, either Chambliss goes to college for another year or goes to his draft and gets a top quarterback pick. So, either way, he'll get a win somewhere, wherever, even if that's not with another year of Ole Miss in that revenge game against Lane Kiffin. And then we have Oregon, Indiana. And before Oregon, Indiana, I mean, LSU just got the Arizona State quarterback. Not surprised. They were literally sitting courtside at a LSU basketball game. So not surprised there. They got their guy. You know, he was really solid at Arizona State. We'll see what he brings. And then to the game, Oregon and Indiana. And Oregon, bro. You know, given how the last game went, I was kind of expecting Oregon to put up at least a good game plan. I expected this to be a really solid game. I thought of this as the game. Like, this is the game that's going to decide the national championship game. And good God, Kurt Signetti. Yeah, I think college football is screwed. Like, this is going to be the start of a new dynasty. And when you have Mark Cuban giving millions of dollars in NIL money to Indiana, we're all screwed. I mean, LeBron, I know you love Ohio State. Please give a few mil for a very worthy cause because good God hasn't been showing. Fernando Mendoza, I'm not even chastising this. Fernando Mendoza this year has been the closest thing to 2019 Joe Burrow, and I am not even joking. Like, this has been an absolute dominant quarterback performance. The fact that Ohio State held this team to 13, Matt Patricia and the Ohio State defense deserve all the credit in the world. Because, good God, look what they did to Oregon. Look what they did to Alabama. Ohio State held them to 13 points. Now, maybe we could have won that game if our kicker wasn't such a dickhead. But at the end of the day, Indiana, they're here to stay, and they're here to stay for a good bit. And, you know, Leonardo Mendoza, He's going to be a great pick in Vegas. I hope to swear to God that they have an offensive line and don't fuck him over like Titans did to Cam Ward. But given that they have Ashton Jeanty, given that they have Brock Bowers, they're going to need to get a wide receiver in the second or third round. But if they can get all the pieces together, the AFC West could be the new NFC North. I'm not even joking when I say that. It could just genuinely be not just the NFC North from last year, but the NFC West of this year. Like who knows? Besides the Cardinals, but still, like the AFC West could be hell of interesting this year. We don't know when or whenever Mahomes is going to get back. He'll get back in during the season. It just depends on winning in the season. So the AFC West can be wide open because you can't trust the Broncos. You can't trust the Chargers until they have a competent offensive line. Then you have the Raiders, who don't have an offensive line. Actually, Raiders-Chargers matchup would have been funny, but still. Fernando Mendoza goes to the Raiders. The AFC West goes wide open. That's all I got to say. And so Dan Lanning got embarrassed again. You know, I really like Dan Lanning. I really think he's a good coach. I like what he's doing here. Which is why when I go to Twitter, I look at my phone, I see transfer portal news. And let's say, Oregon more than likely going to lose Dante Moore. Dante Moore says he's unsure, but Oregon got themselves a quarterback, which now certainly says that Dante Moore is going to go to the NFL draft. And you want to know who they got? You really want to know who they got? Dylan Raiola. The fucking Mahomes cosplayer. They got that guy. Dan Lanning, I thought you were better than this. I didn't think you'd go for this guy. Like, seriously, this guy? Not Sam Levitt from Arizona State who's nearby? No, that guy. Oh my God. Like, you are going from Bo Nix to Dylan Gabriel to Dante Moore to Dylan fucking Raiola. Guys, this is going to be this is going to be like the downgrade from win 9 after Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins. All right, this is how it's going to happen. It's going to be fucking hilarious. It's sad to watch because I really like Dan Lanning. But I don't know why you put yourself in this position because he's not really good. And he's coming off an ACL injury. I mean, you have the James Madison quarterback right there. You have so many other good options, but you go for him, that guy. And I mean, what do you know? Patrick Mahomes had to wear an Oregon jersey after the Texas Tech game. Wow. The obsession, it's gone insane. It's absolutely gone insane. He needs to get checked for a clinic. But college football is a funny sport. But now we're on to the meat of things. We're on to the wild card games. And let me tell you that the first 4 games were the greatest back-to-back experiences of my entire life. It just got shoved up to the overdrive like it has been all season. Confusion, craziness. What the fuck are you doing? Choking. Everything you would want in a playoff game, in a football game in general, happened. And let me tell you, it was glorious. It was beautiful. It was so stupidly maddening fun that it was just surreal. It doesn't get better than this, and then the Chargers offensive line got to him. Drake May, Stafford better win that MVP, I swear to God. And then Texans Steelers. CJ. Please, just when you catch the ball, don't bumble it in your hands. Don't fumble it or whatever. Don't throw a stupid ass pick. Just scramble. Get your shit together, and you're gonna go to the fucking Super Bowl. All right? And you know I have my fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it during the predictions video later. But we need to start it from the top. Rams Panthers. This game was looking like a blowout this was looking like a blowout in like first half, halfway through the second quarter. Then the Rams almost did it again. They almost choked the game away. And it was an insane watch. Trust me when I tell you that when the Panthers scored that touchdown at the end of the game after Rams special teams fucked up once again, that everybody was like, holy shit, the Panthers are going to do it. But no. The Panthers don't have the MVP. You see, the Rams have the MVP. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is the MVP. I don't want to hear from anybody. I don't want to hear from Drake May fans. Drake May will more than likely win an MVP with next year or the next 2 years or whatever. But this is his award. I don't care. This is his. And he proved it with a game-winning drive. And, yeah, dude. It was just an amazing game. And then just when you thought, you couldn't get any crazy, we got Packers-Bears, which, I'll be honest, it was the most bleak first half of your entire life if you were rooting for the Bears to win. And I was genuinely getting pissed off watching it. But then, from the start to the second half to the end of it, you just had this feeling. You just had the feeling that a comeback was just waiting and fleeting to happen. And Packers fans felt dread as it slowly ticked away, and the dread comes sweeping in, and the thought arises that they might choke this again. And not only choke it in a playoff game against them. Not only out-choke them in the previous game with them. Not only choke to the Chicago Bears. And they did. McManus fucked up. Defense couldn't do shit. And then the offense, Jordan Love did all he could on the final drive. But he couldn't get anything done. And it was over. And Matt LaFleur's career should be over. But nope, he's getting a contract extension. After that loss, he should have been fired. He should have been. He genuinely should have been fired after that. You need it. And McManus, I definitely will get let go. He deserves to get let go. I mean, that's the second worst thing he's done. And that's saying something. Yeah, if you don't know what he did, just look at what he did. It's pretty self-explanatory. But I think every sicko NFL fan came off right after that game thinking to themselves, yeah, the Bears are going to win the fucking Super Bowl. And with this whole clusterfuck of a year, with this whole train wreck of a season, with this whole season has been, the Bears winning the Super Bowl would be the only true, beautiful, confusing way to end this cluster. And then we have Bills Jaguars, which was an amazing game, and Josh Allen held the team on his back, and makes you think to yourselves, he's going to lead them. When you're facing a team with all the momentum in the world, it's sure the Jaguars beat themselves up plenty of times during that game. I mean, Trevor was definitely not at his best. But still, if the defense can stand up when it matters most, and Josh Allen can beat Josh Allen, this team can bullshit their way to a Super Bowl, and they don't have Chiefs devil magic to stop them, or the Bengals offense. If there's any year where they can win it, where the window is open, even though they don't have a wide receiver one, and they're close enough to wide receiver one, got roasted by Cam Newton, and you have Brandon Cooks being the brightest spot on your wide receiver room, and now the Shavers went down, they're going to win the Super Bowl, aren't they? I mean, the script is just written too good for them. There's no devil magic. There's no Bengals. There's no two teams that have beaten them in the playoffs and been their only horns to their side. It's got to be their year. But then again, we don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Maybe the Broncos defense has a lights out performance, so just like the Texans had with the Steelers, but I don't think Josh Allen is no Aaron Rodgers. I'll say that. But if the Josh Allen, I said it before in the predictions, Josh Allen is going to need to have his best 3 games to make the Super Bowl. In the Jaguars game, he had the best game he possibly could. Now the Broncos game, he needs to have the best game he absolutely could. And if they win that game, and if they go face the Texans and the Patriots, he's going to need his best fucking game. Both of them. This is pretty much your only chance. You get a wide receiver one, that's cool. You get a great team, that's cool. But the Chiefs damn well, could be back. And the Bengals could just have such a good of an offense that they could be back too. This is your chance. This is your window. Don't screw it up. And now we are on to the beauty that is the Eagles offense, 49ers and Eagles. And let me tell you something. This was the only upset that I picked to happen, and I knew it was going to happen. Every NFL fan that's been watching this whole entire season knew that this would happen, but the Eagles defense and the battered 49ers defense made them second guess, but only one team has Kevin Patullo calling offensive plays. And when you have a guy, and when you have Kyle Shanahan calling offensive plays, they're going to get through that Eagles defense one way or another. And Kyle Shanahan is a freaking madman when it comes to wild card and divisional games. I mean, this guy has won every single game, and now he's like, oh shit. They're going to do a Rams 2022, aren't they? They're going to get a home playoff game, which I hope doesn't happen. But now they're going to play Seattle. And let me just say this about the Eagles, because Eagles just fired Kevin Patullo. I bet Eagles fans are celebrating harder than last year's Super Bowl win. You got to get Mike McDaniel. That's the only way. That's the greatest thing that you could possibly do in the city of Philadelphia. Howie Roseman, don't fuck shit up. You better get him or a really good one. That's all I can tell you. And A.J. Brown, he's gone. He's going to go to the Patriots. I mean, what a waste of freaking talent, dude. I mean, the window is still open for a couple of years, but still, it's a waste of talent. It was pathetic. It was anybody's game for the NFC. They could have made a run if they had a competent offense and easily go back-to-back, go to the Super Bowl at least. But nope, they screwed it all up. And it's all their freaking fault. And then we had 2 snoozers of a game. Chargers, Patriots, the Texans, Steelers. Let me tell you, Chargers defense was a really good defense, okay? And Patriots defense, I mean, who couldn't get past that offensive line? And the loss was on Herbert, too. I don't want to hear from Herbert fans being like, oh, he doesn't have an offensive line. And that's true. He really freaking didn't. But he just didn't get anything going. He didn't get anything going for them. That's on the quarterback. Sure, sacks came at the end of the game, but still, that was on Herbert. I don't want to hear an argument about top 5 quarterbacks. Him being in a top 5 QB conversation again. He's not one of them. He's not that good. People overrate and say like, oh, he's so good. He's so good. He hasn't done shit. He hasn't done anything worthy enough. He has the potential. Sure, he's a really good player. But he is not one of the best right now. And then we have And then we have the Texans and the Steelers. And let me tell you, CJ Stroud made me want to gouge my eyes out because they almost choked that game. But no. Nope. No. Aaron, I really hope this isn't your last hurrah, man. I really don't. I really hope this isn't your last hurrah. Because you didn't deserve that, man. The number one defense freaking pummeled the guy. Especially at the end of the game. Fumble pickup, and his career more than likely ends on a pick six. That is sad. That's just really sad. But in all sincerity and seriousness, Texans defense saw CJ Stroud fucking it up and be like, all right, time to pummel the old man, and they did so. And let me tell you, if CJ figures his shit together, if the Texans defense continues what they're doing, then they're going to go to the Super Bowl. There's no other way to put it. They're going to go to it. Unless Josh Allen has anything to say about that. But still. And then the unthinkable happened. A thing that Steelers fans have wanted for a while, and Urinating Tree has been wanting for a while now. A thing that has never happened in my lifetime. A thing that makes it so weird to look at the Steelers now. A guy who's been the image of the Steelers for almost 2 decades. For 2 decades now. Mike Tomlin didn't get fired. He stepped down as the Steelers head coach. And it's been rumored for a while now that he's been thinking or at least planning to do media. And now him stepping down, he can be done coaching. At least for next year. He's not going to coach next year. But I think genuinely he'll be done coaching. If he stepped down, that was his decision. And I think him leaving the Steelers is just him saying, I had a good run, and I'm done. Nobody forced him. Nobody said anything to him. It was his own decision. And now I am thinking, what are the Steelers going to do with head coach? And I genuinely have no idea. Well, they need an experienced guy, but geez, Louise. I genuinely don't know what they're going to do. I really don't. It's so weird. Ravens and Steelers are now in head coaching searches. This is insane. It really is insane. First time in my lifetime. It's so weird to adjust to, man. Like, it's just crazy from perspective-wise of guys you've been watching for years, of guys who you know have been synonymous with teams for a really long time, as long as you have been alive. And now they're gone. It's finally happened. Now you're just trying to take it all in. It's overwhelming. It's crazy. And I said that they need to bring a guy with experience. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys, you know what this means. You really know what this means. Who's an experienced coach that is out there right now? Who just got fired by a team they were just with for almost 2 decades? Guys, the funniest thing ever can possibly happen. And it can happen. And I really hope it does fucking happen. You guys want to know what that is? The Steelers are going to hire John fucking Harbaugh. I'm going to laugh so fucking hard. Woo! Oh, man. The offseason is going to be great. But Ravens, I swear to God, if you take Jim Schwartz, I swear to God. Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslam, Indy Haslam, by the way, you're both owners. You better keep that, man. I swear to God. If we lose Jim Schwartz, my love for football will be done. And I love football. Keep that man. And you better. I swear to God, if we somehow hire Tomlin for whatever reason,